actually, that's going to be my question for the audience. Anyone that listens to us, do you think that after Kelly starts watching this, she will
Have a
like
change of heart.
Teresa or not? Yes, have a change of heart. That's it.
Have a
That's a better
change of
question.
heart.
Do you think Kelly will have a change of heart after watching Teresa on Special Forces? Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
And I'm Lori.
Today we are recapping Special Forces. This is the 4th season. I will be honest, I've never watched it before. This is the first episode of the first season.
I've never watched it either, at all.
The reason we decided to watch this and recap this one is because there's a lot of reality personalities in here. So from Real Housewives New Jersey, there's Teresa and her daughter Gia. From Real Housewives of Atlanta, there is Eva Marcel. And from The Valley and Vanderpump Rules, there's Brittany Cartwright. And from Sister Wives, reality TV, not that I watch it, but I have watched it. There's Kody Brown, and that's just the reality stars. You know, obviously there's other people in there. So that was our interest in it, to see what it's all about, because people, have been talking about it. So this season they're in Morocco, North Africa, and there's 18 celebrities in total. I'll be honest with you, I had no idea what to expect.
No, me neither.
Did you have any
And
idea what to expect?
and do you know the average temperature is like 100 to 104? Because I looked it up and it said that they filmed several months before the premiere. So I looked for like July. I figured, oh, let me see what it's like in July. Yeah. Average temp 100 to 104, and humidity is like 67 to 71%. So it is
Oh my
hot
gosh.
and humid. So not
Yeah.
a fun time at all.
No.
Yeah.
An interesting bit of information I found out before I watched this, because Teresa's been doing the media for this. So I listened to her on quite a few podcasts. She didn't know how to swim. She
I
didn't know how to
saw
swim.
that.
And
I
then
saw
she
that.
brought yeah, so she had brought it up, I don't remember which podcast. She did, the one season in the very beginning, they, like, brought her to a pool and, like, taught her how to swim, but she never really used it again. Like, growing up as a kid, she didn't know how to swim, so when she found out she was going on this, she had to learn how to swim all over again. You know what? Listen, I know that Kelly has a very strong dislike for Teresa, but I'll be honest with you, I don't it's not that I like her or I dislike her. I kind of have a lot of empathy for her. I think that she's been through a lot, and I think that she's doing everything that she can to support her 4 daughters. So,
Yes.
I give
Yeah,
her
you can't
props. I give her a lot
you
of
can't you
credit.
can't ever take that away from her. That's for sure. And not only that,
Yeah.
I give her kudos for going on the show at all, because I certainly wouldn't. Not for any amount of money. Not for any amount of money would I ever do a show like
I
this.
mean, I know. The funny thing about her specifically is in the very first season when she was showing you the new house that she was building, right? I remember this, like, so distinctly. She's like, she couldn't even, like, she felt like she couldn't even live in a used house, like, using someone else's toilet. Her exact word would skeeve her. And to see
And
that
here
she's
she
doing
is.
this
Yeah.
today, like, it just yeah, it just shows you, like, you know what I mean? Like, people could change, they
Mhm.
can
Mhm.
change.
Yep. The only thing I will say is I don't know why she would even bother wearing makeup at all. Like, when she's on the bus, I'm looking at her and I'm like, "Girl, you got a full face on." Like, what? I don't know. I guess they didn't really know what to
It's all she
expect, or
knows.
it's all she
It's
knows. Correct.
I was just yeah, it's all she knows. It's all she knows, you know what I mean? Like, I imagine if I showed up there, I would have, I'd have makeup on too, right? I
Mm.
mean,
Yeah.
that's the end of it, because your first shower and it's gone.
Yeah.
What was her comfort item? So I didn't which it might have been Jeff Lewis. So they were each allowed to bring a comfort item. One of them brought
I didn't know
wipes,
that.
and the other one brought
I think I
yeah,
would've been on the
one of them
wipes
brought
train.
darn it, I wipes? You think you would have brought wipes?
I would've been on
I
the
can't
wipes
remember
train.
what the
Oh,
other
yeah.
one brought.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah, so yeah, they were allowed to bring one comfort item each. So they brought one that, like, they could both, that they could share, you know what I mean? Like, they each bought
Mhm.
something different that would help each other. but I cannot remember what the other one was. I'll have to do a little research and get back to you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
So Brittany showed up there. So Brittany Cartwright is from Vanderpump Rules and most recently The Valley. She's married to Jax Taylor. She's in the process of getting divorced from Jax Taylor. And Jax is the villain. I mean, he's the villain character. She's, the Kentucky muffin who, fell in love with a bad boy. And
Mhm.
she did this because she wanted to prove it to herself that she could do it. I feel bad for her. I mean, she was there for all the right reasons. She really was. But it just physically, she couldn't do it anymore.
It was too much.
And she was
Hey, listen,
disappointed in herself. And I don't,
just
yeah.
just the fact that she dropped out of that helicopter at all, is highly impressive, and you know what? Really, quite frankly, I'm really proud of her for saying, "You know what? I'm out, 'cause you have to know when you're done too, so
Yeah. I agree. I give them credit. I certainly do. And that's one of the things that Gia had mentioned on the Jeff Lewis podcast also, was that this made her overcome her fears. Like
Mhm.
doing this. Like she's had major anxiety throughout her life, but doing this, she's just forced to just push through it. And you know what? Good for her, you know? And they also had said on the podcast that they got really, I mean, they've always been close, but they got to spend all this time together. I mean, it's 10 days. All right, let's be
Right,
real. It's 10
right.
days, but still 10 days in an environment like this with your, a mother and daughter team, I think well, we don't know if they last 10 days, but whatever. It's still a great experience and that's what was pushing her too. She even said, like, I couldn't quit because I can't let Gia down. And we know, like, as a mom, like, well, if, there's something there for our kid, we'll do whatever it is we got to do.
Right, right.
Right.
Yeah, and I saw some people on some little snippets of, afterwards, and they were saying, a lot of the, people that were on, how they really felt like they trauma bonded, even though it was only a couple days, that they really some people really opened up to each other, and some people really formed, relationships that they think that they will continue after the show because of kinda like a trauma bonding, so
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, we start out with them, they're riding on the bus and like they're in the middle of the desert and these like masked men come on and like put hoods on their heads and like take them off and put them on their knees and in the mud and they split them up. Like you have
Mhm.
no idea where you're going or what's going on. Like that in itself is terrifying, I think.
Yeah, and I wondered about that. I wondered, like, 'cause you know how TV is so scripted and blah, 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 and I
Yeah.
was thinking to myself, it'd be really great if, 'cause who knows what it was really like, but it would be really great if they didn't know that that was what was going to happen. Like, it would be really great if what really happened is the producers didn't say a word about it, and the bus really got pulled over like that, and they had no idea. To me, that would be really cool if that's what really happened, and it wasn't like, "Okay, this is what's gonna happen now."
Well, I mean, I think that I don't think they knew specifically what was gonna happen. I mean, they knew that they were there for special forces training. I don't
Right.
know that they had any idea, but we probably won't know. But I do feel like what do they call themselves? A directing staff. I thought DS stood for drill sergeant, but it's the directing staff. They did like target Teresa and Gia like immediately, you know? Like
Most
I
definitely.
thought that right? I thought that was kind of, DS Foxy tells Teresa to when he takes off her hood to clear her hair, like, away from her face, and he calls her stupid, and she says, like, "That's not nice," and he's like, "Shut up," and then she's
Mhm.
she mumbles, like, "Where's my child?" Like, because Gia wasn't there,
Right, right.
which I was like, "Ooh," and then when you see them the other guy, DS Billy, he goes up to Gia and it's like, asks her name, and she's like, "Gia Giudice." He's like, "Are you having a bad hair day?" I'm like, "What is with these guys?" And she smiles, and he says, "Don't smile at me."
Mhm.
And then he's like, "I don't like you." I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, I don't know. I don't know that I would expect people to just, like, be mean to me for no reason. You
Sure,
know what I
well,
mean?
yeah.
And then Shawn Johnson we meet, so she's a gymnast, and we find out that her husband is on the other team, and he's a former NFL player. So
They were
there's
really cute. They
actually
were a really
2,
cute
like
couple.
they really are a cute
Very
couple.
cute
They
couple.
really are. Shawn was glad that they were split up because she kind of feels like he would look out for her, and she wants to, like, be independent.
Yeah, do it herself.
Yeah, I like that. I like that for her. The next thing I wrote down is that we see Kody Brown, and in his confessional, he says, "I'm gonna say this at the risk of sounding sexist. I think men like to be respected and women like to be loved. I don't care if you love me. I care if you respect me. I don't either. I don't like you, I don't love you, and I don't respect you."
Exactly. Exactly.
Right?
He's very, very, very full of himself. He's very into being super manly, and I find that guys who are overly manly, it's just a complete turn off. Like, if you gotta work that hard at being manly, dude, you're not.
Yeah, he's, like, overcompensating for what?
Yes,
Right?
yes, 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 it's like the loud car or the big
Right?
truck. No, don't do it.
Right. Yeah, not necessary.
No.
The next contestant we meet, or special forces person, is Nick Young. Nick Young is a former NBA player. Is he former or current? Maybe he's current, I'm not sure.
Oh, I don't know, yeah.
I actually have a list of everybody. Let me just go back and see. Former. He's a former NBA player. So the direct staff person says to him, "I'm not taking this serious." Says to him, "You're not taking this serious because he's smiling." And he's like, "But you can get the job done." In his confessional, he says, "You can get the job done even
With a
if you're
smile. Right,
smiling."
right.
And he had, like, just this, like, infectious smile, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's kinda like Gia, like, she smiled when he said something. I was like, "Oh gosh, these poor
So,
people."
Nick Young, I thought to myself, "Bro, first thing you should have done is you should have never came with those earrings in your ear." Because for
Mm,
in a military type situation, like, they were big, they were flashy, and I could just it's like a "fuck with me" billboard, like, in his ear. In that type
yeah,
of situation,
yeah,
I don't know, I just automatically thought to myself, like, "Oh, you should have taken them out. You should take them out."
yeah. No, I agree. I didn't even notice them. It's so funny, like,
Yeah,
we
they had
notice
I
different
think he had,
things,
like,
right?
3 really big, like, diamond studs in his ear, like, big. And I thought to myself,
Mhm.
first of all, I'd be afraid I'd lose them, and second of all, it's kinda like, I don't know, it's just it's calling
Yeah.
too much attention to something in that type of situation.
No, I agree with that. Then they have them all, like, doing push-ups with their face in the mud and the water. And they're like, the one guy was, like, pushing Gia's head into. I was like, "This is ridiculous." Like, it just was too much, I thought, in my opinion. And then he tells them all they have to undress and dress as quick as possible, and they're gonna do their first challenge, which is to rappel out of the helicopter, which we find out is 100 feet in the air, which
I
100 feet's a
can't.
lot. Like,
Listen, 2
it's a
feet's a
lot.
lot. I could never like, it hurt my legs, like, my legs got a weird feeling in them just watching it. I could never in a million years.
Yeah, so Brittany says when she finds out, like, her biggest fear day 1 are heights and helicopters.
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh, you poor girl."
Boy.
She was on the same team as Teresa. Gia is the first one to do it, the first one that we see do it, right? And she says to the direct staff guy, like, "Can we take our time a little bit?" And he's like, "No, you need to jump and
You
stay
need to
under
go.
control."
Yeah.
So she's the youngest recruit, and she's 24 years old. And as she exited, he said she had a poor exit, she got hung up. But, I mean, she did it. Who
That's what I'm
cares? Like, she did
saying,
it.
she did it. And you know what, to me, in watching that, I thought to myself that I would think that the most difficult part would be, like, being out on the little thing that you stand on the outside and
Where they were
leaning
leaning back.
when you had to
Yeah,
lean back, I thought to myself, "Oh, that must be, like, the worst part, is leaning back like that. It must be really scary."
yeah, and I can't imagine, like, doing something like that without practicing it on the ground first. Like, you know what I mean? Like, being in that position to wear that
Yeah,
harness,
forget it.
you
No.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. Like I said, not happening.
Then no, I agree. Then the first guy to go on the other team was Nick Young, the NBA player. He dropped 100 feet with his eyes shut. Honestly, I probably would've done the same thing. You
And
know what I mean? I probably would've closed
I
my eyes
love
too.
I love how he said, "Oh my god," just the way he said it was so cute.
They didn't show you everybody dropped. I mean, they showed you, Kody Brown, and Brittany Cartwright was the last one to drop, and she didn't do so great either. And you could see she was struggling. She was
Yeah.
struggling.
And it
So
probably would
then once they all get down
it
Go
probably
ahead.
would have been nicer for her if she could have done it without getting caught. I think especially, like, if because she got caught up in the beginning and she didn't repel right
Mhm.
away, so that probably just totally added to her anxiety. Like, if she could have gotten out there and just went, but she got out there and
Right,
kinda got
dropped.
stuck and then had to go down after that, and that probably just, like, sent her over the edge, or sent me over
Yeah.
the edge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know how these The next thing they have to do is they have to mobilize to the village, so they all have to race, and they have to haul 800 pounds of supplies uphill, and then the fastest team wins. So Team Bravo was hauling barrels and jerry cans,
Mhm.
and I don't know why Team Alpha only had sacks of grain. They didn't have 2
Oh, I
different
thought to
things.
myself the same thing too, like, "Oh, yeah, yeah."
It didn't
And
make
I
sense to me. It didn't
and
make sense to me.
I didn't know what a jerry can was until I saw it. I was like, "Oh, okay, so that's a jerry can." It's like the big thing that holds, like, gas or something, I don't know.
Gas,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'd
or
imagine
water
gas or
maybe.
some
I
kind of
wasn't sure, yeah.
I don't know. I never knew what it was until I saw it. I was
Yeah.
thinking, "What the hell is a" and can you think about how much fuel those helicopters had to probably use that day? Because that all that footage gets cut, and it makes it seem like everybody went as fast as the guy wanted them to,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that took a while.
Right, right. Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. I didn't write it down, but the times, like, I think when I didn't write did you happen to write down the time when Brittany dropped out? Was it, like, 12 hours into it?
No, 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 I didn't write that down.
Yeah, I didn't write it down either, but I wanna say it was, like, 12 hours into the day. So
Mhm.
that was in their first challenge. So, yeah, they were like you said, that was probably,
So
like, a
I'm saying,
long
yeah.
a long yeah. So they've gotta race uphill with their stuff. Team Alpha is almost done. Number 12 is, Johnny Manziel. He is a former NFL player and Heisman Trophy winner, and he's out of steam. I think he was 33 years old. I was like, "What is up with this guy?" And then Andrew happened to walk in the room. He's like, "Oh, he's a legend. What, you're not bad
Yeah,
mouthing
yeah,
him." I was
yeah.
like, "Well, I'm not bad mouthing him," but I'm like, "But wait a second, the guy's 33 years old, and I mean, Teresa just did this, and she's what, 55 or
Right,
56 years old? Like,
right, so what are you
this,
doing?
you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, right."
But he said
But
he
he
plays
was
been
really
playing too much golf. That's what he said. He's been
right.
playing too much
No,
golf.
no,
And,
that's
I'm
exactly what he said.
wondering, we'll get into it later on, but I'm wondering if he didn't have a full-blown panic attack.
Oh, he definitely did in the
Right?
van.
In the van, yeah, we'll get
Oh,
to that,
yeah.
but yeah, I think that
One
he definitely had
Yeah.
a I was 'cause I was when I was watching the show, I'm trying to think to myself, "Is does he really have something physical going on?" And then as it progressed, I was like, "Oh, nope, I know what that's like. That's an anxiety attack."
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I think yes, I definitely think he did. So they wind up winning. The Alpha team winds up winning. So the winning team, the Alpha team gets to take the bus to the base camp. The losing team, the Bravo team, which is Brittany's team and Teresa's team, they have to run to the base camp and it's 500 yards away. They have to run 500 yards. So that's when Brittany starts and she's like, I just can't do it.
Mhm.
And she feels like she's gonna throw up, so she gives up her armband and she quits, and she says that she's mad at
Quits.
herself, which I get. I'd probably be pissed at myself too, but you don't need to be, Brittany, like, you did it. You showed up.
Okay, hey, you did it, you did it at all, and like I said, it's
Right.
really a brave thing to know when you're out and to be able to just
Yeah.
do it and be like, "Okay, I'm out. Tried it and done."
Mhm. Yeah. So then on the ride back, Johnny, Manziel is complaining that he can't breathe, and he's sitting next to Kody Brown. He said it's his shoulder that hurts. I mean, they were doing the grains of so I'm thinking he probably had it up on his shoulder, so he could have, like, pinched a nerve or something.
Mhm.
Cody's, like, rubbing his and, like, telling him to focus on his breathing or something special, like, I thought that was actually very nice of him, like,
It
trying to
was
get him
very
through
nice of
it,
him, yes.
but I definitely think that that was a panic attack for
I
sure,
think
and I don't
so.
think they even showed us, like, the full extent of it,
Full
right?
extent of it, yeah.
Yeah. Then they arrive at the camp and, they call Teresa up and they tell Teresa that she's the toilet whisperer. Anytime the toilet's dirty, she's going to get in trouble. So she, again, the one who was going to be skeeved by someone else's toilet, she goes and gets her spray bottle and walks in the barracks and says, "You guys, anyone goes poopy, tell me, and I'll go clean it."
Right,
I
right,
mean, talk about a team player,
right.
right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Like,
And again, like you said, with a little bit of targeting, it's like, okay, so why are you giving it to
yeah,
her?
right. Right. But, and you know what? She's not letting that bother her. Whereas Jussie Smollett made the comment, uh, I'm going to keep it real. The moment they give me to clean the toilets, I'm out. I'm out. I'm not cleaning one of those bathrooms. Who do you think you are? I mean, you think that you're
Uh,
better than,
I don't know. Hey,
I
listen, you
mean,
know what he needs to
I,
be? He needs to be a real housewife of New Jersey, like we
mm,
are. Not the Real Housewives of New Jersey. These real housewives where you gotta clean the toilet every week, buddy. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know what? Teresa's cleaning her toilet every week too. You know what I mean? Like, she
yeah,
didn't care. You got to clean
yeah,
your toilet.
yeah.
I don't know. When he said that, that totally rubbed me the wrong way. And honestly, I don't have a lot of respect for Jussie Smollett anyway. Do
Well,
you know his story?
I know his story, yeah, so it's very difficult to have respect for
Okay, so
somebody
what
like that. Yeah.
we'll wait. I don't wanna really get into it. I wanna see how they dive
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it on the
yeah.
show and what their take of it is.
Yeah,
Because
I'd
just
be
after that,
interested
Kody Brown.
to see what happens when he's alone in that interrogation room with those guys.
Yes.
You know, how
Yes.
that guy John was, and they were
Johnny, yeah.
they were talking to him about it, you know, his past career and blah, 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 so I'm very interested for, that guy to have that with the guys. That'll be fun.
Yes. Me
Yeah.
too. Me too, because Kody Brown actually even says to him, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Oh, Jesse." And he's like, "Jesse, like what? What's your full name?" And as soon as he said it, Kody knew exactly who he was, and
Who
then
he was.
Jesse was walking outside with Eva, and he says, "Oh, no, like, I think now it's, now he knows, like, who I am."
Mhm.
And he's already nervous that it's, of course, I mean,
Right, well,
so then the yeah, so then the DSs get together, and they're gonna talk about the recruits, and they do talk about Jussie Smollett. They don't really have a read on him yet. They think Teresa's a little dippy, like mother, like daughter.
excuse me,
She
what?
looks like she's turning up for God bless you. She looks like she's turning up for an audition on Dynasty.
That
Like,
was funny,
okay,
that was
that's who
funny.
she is, though. That was
Right, that
funny.
is who
That
she
was
is, right.
funny. And what they said about Johnny Manziel is all we know is he's a big name. He's like an empty wetsuit. He's mentally and physically falling apart already.
Mhm.
So that's why there was a reason they brought him in. So my guess is next is either going to be Teresa or Jussie Smollett. I hope it's Jussie Smollett, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Then back in the barracks, Gia said she didn't know that Johnny had such a legendary story. And then we find that he's going summoned to go talk to the DSs.
Mhm.
And they start out with they had concerns about his poor performance, and he was the best in the world. And then by 23, he was washed up.
It's
Andrew said
very
he was a
sad.
walk on. It's very sad. He was a
It's very
walk-on
sad.
Heisman Trophy winner. Like he just walked on, and like it just doesn't
Yeah,
happen. Like he
yeah.
obviously had a lot of talent, and he said he just couldn't breathe, and he's not in good shape. He said they said, "Well, you were the talk of the town. What happened?" And I think he was very vulnerable and very honest.
Very honest,
He
yes,
said,
yes.
when you
Fame fame can fame can mess with you in all different kinds of ways. So if it's not, if you're, he's a football player, he's not a celebrity. So all of a sudden you have to be a football player and a celebrity, and that can be difficult.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Definitely. He said that, after he had the most success, which was winning the Heisman Trophy, freshman year, he got treated differently. So they're like, "Oh my gosh, this guy got it as a freshman." Like, he felt like he didn't have to put the work in. I mean, when you get, like, the biggest award you can get in the beginning of your career, right?
Right.
You think like, "Oh, like, I just need to show up." But
Right.
that's not how it works.
Right. Well, it's
And by doing that, like, he lost
like people who peak in high school. It's
who
like
or what?
people who peak in high
Yes,
school. It's the same thing,
exactly.
you know?
Mhm. Yeah, so he kind of admits that he was, set back on his laurels and he gave up a real opportunity to have a football career. He also talks about that, now he lives with shame and regret. And there was a point where he didn't want to live. He just wanted to end his life. And you can see that. Like, you can see that that's absolutely a real moment. And I think that, him being there is gonna help him tremendously, even just for that reason alone, just for his mental health, like, to push through
Absolutely.
something and to be able to do it,
Yeah.
right?
That's like that DS said to him, "Every single day that you're here, you will get a new view of yourself, and this is the best therapy you could ever get," which I believe to be true.
I do too. I do too. Then he goes back into the camp and they ask him how it was, like, was it scary, intimidating? He's like, "No, they're just, trying to get to know you."
Mhm.
And then they're all sleeping and the DSs are like, "Yeah, that's not gonna happen." So they go in and they wake them all up and they tell them that they have 5 minutes to get dressed and be out on the square,
And,
and they all make it in time.
that I looked it up. It was 23:45 military time, which was 11:45 PM, because they
Mhm.
put the time on there,
Yeah.
23:45, and I was like, "Well, I don't know what that is.
45,
It's
yeah.
military time." So 11:45 PM. So imagine you're exhausted and you just get to sleep and then boom, wake up.
Yeah. Yep. So then they have to once they get out there, they have to sprint, and then they dunk in the water, and then they're doing lunges, and they're doing army crawls, and they're doing burpees. They're doing, like, all these, like, crazy physical exercises. I mean, their goal there is they're trying to break them. They're trying to get them to do whatever it is that they want them or need them to do, which is, I guess only the strong are gonna survive at this point, right? I don't know. I think I like this show. I do. I'm interested in getting to know the whole cast. So I'm gonna go through the whole cast because I wrote them all down. So let's see. Kody Brown, we said him, the television personality. Brittany Cartwright, Brandel Cobb, also a former NFL player. Eric Decker, another former NFL player. Jesse James Decker, a singer. I actually don't know who that is. Do you know who that is?
No, I do not. And all these people are on there now.
Yes, these are all
Okay.
18. So there's
All
18 people
18.
out there.
Okay. Yeah, 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 that's why I was when I saw the different cast, I was like, "Oh, I don't even know if I saw them," but okay, so we'll just have to
Yeah.
wait and see.
Yeah, exactly. So he's a singer. Then there's Andrew East, another former NFL player who's married to Shawn Johnson East, a performer, professional gymnast.
Mhm.
Mark Estes, who's a social media influencer. I don't know him.
No, I don't
Gia
know.
Giudice, social media. Teresa, we know her. Chanel Iman is a model. I don't know who that
I
is.
don't know who that is either.
Brianna Lapilia. I mean, they call her Brianna Chicken Fry.
I don't know who
She's
that
a
is.
social media influencer. Johnny Manziel, former NFL player. Eva Marcel, model, television personality. She was also on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Ravi Patel is an actor. Christy Pierce Rampone. She is a former professional soccer player. I think she was on the U.S. women's soccer team.
Mhm.
Jussie Smollett, actor, and Nick Young, former NBA player. So
Okay.
there's a lot of former athletes, and you automatically think the former athletes are gonna be, like, better at this, but I
Mhm.
don't know if that's gonna be the case, to be quite honest with you. I don't know if that's gonna be the case.
Yeah, I don't know
I
because a
think
lot of it is mental.
yeah,
A lot of it
yeah,
is mental, it's break
yeah.
you to make you kind of a deal. Now, I did see something where, Teresa and Gia were talking, and they both said how nice all of the men on the cast were, that they were very gentlemanly, that they always tried to help the women out, like, they're carrying these big heavy backpacks, and they would come up behind if a girl was carrying the backpack, they would come up behind them and lift it up so they didn't have to have the full
Mhm.
weight, and she said that they was just really very gentlemanly and very kind, the men. So I thought that was really sweet. And then
I thought
Cody
that was sweet also.
Cody, 3 days into it, tore a hamstring.
Oh,
I saw that,
how do you
yeah, I
know
was like
that?
I saw some something, something. Yeah, 3 days into it,
Okay.
tore a hamstring. So he was, like, consulting with all the athletes, like, "How do I work with this and not damage things further?" and blah, blah, blah. So that was kinda interesting.
That is interesting. I
Yeah,
mean, I would think you shouldn't continue if you did that, but who
I
knows?
don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Who
I
knows?
don't know. I don't know if our listeners know this, but I know that when Denise Richard did it, she, popped her breast implant.
I saw that. I was like, "My goodness."
Yes,
Like jumping
and
from
she
a
lived with
bridge or
it.
something?
Yeah, like, into what? Yes, and she lived with it like, popped for, like, a while. Like, she didn't get it
Mhm.
fixed until recently.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I mean, you think you're signing these, we just recently watched Salt Lake City where Meredith said, nothing's gonna happen to us sleeping in the RV because, there'll be a lawsuit. But you would think that nothing's gonna happen to you because you're on TV, but that's not the case because I'm sure everything you sign says that you could, up to and including death, like, you could be injured up to
Absolutely.
including death.
Because
I'm
it
sure they've
doesn't
signed something that says that.
Because it doesn't seem like this is any namby-pamby. This is you sign on and whatever happens, happens, most definitely.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
So
yeah, so I think it's gonna be fun.
I do too. I'm excited to see everyone else's stories. That's what I like. I like the stories. I like the team building. So different from Housewives because we're not used to team building or,
Anybody
we're used
working
to.
together in harmony at all. Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think this will be a good contrast for us, and I think we'll get to see different sides of Teresa. And maybe, I don't know, maybe once Kelly starts watching it, maybe she will like Teresa. Actually, that's going to be my question for the audience. Anyone that listens to us, do you think that after Kelly starts watching this, she will
Have a
like
change of heart.
Teresa or not? Yes, have a change of heart. That's a better question. Do you think Kelly will have a change of heart after watching Teresa on Special Forces?
We
All right,
shall
until next
see.
time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews.
Yes, please do.
Bye.
Bye.
I gotta.
Did Charlotte
I'm Kelly.